So let's move on. So that's it for the Everton game. Do you want to kick us off with the club news
Let's
for
get into
this
some
week?
club news. So obviously, coming from that game, there was a video not long after that came out, a clip from a fan asking Todd Bowley to describe kind of how the game went, and in 3 words. He's quite quotable, Todd Bowley. Obviously, do you know the great meal, fantastic food? Do you know that meme?
No,
Oh, it's quite big on the Chelsea subreddit. So
I might do,
they,
but
he was quoted as saying that he came out of a restaurant in Barcelona. I don't know who, I can't
right,
remember.
okay,
I can't remember who they were there for. But he said that, and anyway, that's quite a big meme on the Reddit. But yeah, so he
right.
said he was caught after this game saying it was a shit fucking game, as he left
What a
Stamford Bridge on
quote!
Saturday evening.
What a quote!
And I was like, yeah, I mean, yeah, you're right. But this is
He's
on
not
you.
wrong.
This is on you, brother. This is on you, brother.
Yeah,
Sorry,
exactly,
you're the guy
exactly.
who. And this is news that I've only just seen, so I haven't even put it in the doc. But Brighton's financial records came out. They posted
All
They
right.
had to post their financial dealings,
Yeah, yeah.
and they seem to suggest that we pay £21 million in total compensation to Brighton to get Potter and his staff out of their contracts and to us. So, and think about
Wow.
the amount of money it would have cost to got rid of Tuchel as well. So, you can say it's a shit fucking game, Todd Bowley, you
But
Dinlow,
it's you.
but
It's
you're the
you.
bloke who sacked one of Europe's best managers and brought in this tin pot mid-table manager for
Yeah,
probably close to 40 million quid,
yeah.
uh, on a vanity project, because you just have the ego and you just want to replace all of the things that make the club what the club is. So
Yeah, it makes no sense. Like,
I,
it
quite.
was a shit fucking game. It was a
Yeah,
shit
it was a
fucking
shit
game.
fucking game,
But
but I don't know. I don't know. Do you feel like he's been like unprofessional, or do you like the kind of
I
openness of
like
it?
the honesty. I
Yeah.
like the honesty of it. We don't really get that these days. It's always press, press, press.
Oh yeah.
But you know what? It was by some random fan. He saw him on his way out. Probably waited for him because they're weird, and went, "What do you think, Todd? Todd, what do you think?" And he's just literally looked at the camera and went, "Shit, fucking game." I was like, "Yes, it was, but you're to blame." And
It's very memeable. I'll
he
give him that.
is yeah, very memeable. So maybe he's doing that, maybe he's down with the kids, memes and that. But
Trying to
I
increase our
don't
fan
think,
base, online
yeah,
fan base
yeah,
through like
yeah,
flipping
yeah,
memes.
through
Well,
memes.
that's modern business. It wouldn't surprise me. Yeah.
Yeah, true, true. But yeah, I think it's nice to have some honesty. Even I mean, swearing. I mean, get over it. Like, everybody's like, oh, he shouldn't be swearing, but he's a bit. Do you think he cares? Do you think he
Yeah.
cares? Like, he doesn't. He doesn't even know your name. Just
No,
it doesn't matter.
it's not that deep.
So
I
it's
don't know.
it's not that
Yeah,
deep,
I
bro.
don't know. I don't know. I don't know if our club's just become a bit of a circus. Maybe it's just this
It is.
season. Maybe it's just this
It's
season, and it's just been a fucking weird season, and things are going to calm down. Hopefully next season we'll get a more settled squad, and
yeah.
things should calm down. But I want to like segue from that to another thing that's happened, but like
Oh,
within the last couple of days. I don't know if you've seen it as well, but this the Ted Lasso collab that seems to be happening at the
yeah,
moment.
yeah.
Now, I actually quite like the show. I've seen season one. It's actually pretty good.
Never seen it. Never
It's all
seen it.
right, but it's
I
on
was so
Apple. It's on
confused.
Apple
I
Plus.
was, mate. I was so confused. I was like, "Are we playing
I
someone?"
know
I
in the
don't.
international pro. Like, what's going on? Is this like a
I,
club
was-
friendly?
I
Um,
was like, "What's going on,
it's
mate?" I
so
was
weird.
so
But
confused.
basically, if I can try and sum up the situation, and this kind of works in with the way I was saying that, like, is our club being turned into a bit of a joke, a bit of a circus? So the Ted Lasso collab is kind of happening at the moment. I saw it on the Instagram page, and I was bamboozled as to what the hell was going on. Um, but effectively, they're kind of publicizing a game between the club in the show, which is called Richmond AFC, which is in the Premier League,
Yeah,
and Chelsea. I've seen videos of Potter and RLC now giving like fake interviews about
yeah. I've seen that as well.
like the reason why it's like a news in the show, I think, is because a player in the team in the show, Roy Kent, I actually think he's a coach now. Um, he used to play for Chelsea in the show's lore, basically.
Yeah,
He played like over 100 games for us. Scored a few
quality
goals,
player
whatever.
if I
Well,
remember
apparently
correctly.
so, yeah. But like they've gone all out. Like they've I've seen photoshops of Roy Kent on like on the shed wall, like the legends banners, like the shed wall,
Yeah,
outside the ground. They actually photoshopped over Juan Mata, which is quite funny because they'd like, if you've seen the show, you'll know what Roy Kent is like as a character, and he's so not like Juan Mata in playing style and as a person. And also Juan, like they haven't photoshopped the boots, so Juan Mata's boots back in like the picture is him from the 2012-2013 season when we won the
Yeah,
Champions League, and the boots back then Juan Mata was wearing like pink and white Mercurials,
I remember
which
him. Yeah,
which again, if you remember the show, Roy Kent would never wear. He is your typical like Adidas Gloros, like all black leather
yeah,
with
yeah,
the
yeah.
tongue strap, like no business, no funny business, no pink boots malarkey, proper Yerdar football player. But
Yeah,
anyway, so
dog.
they've just done this like crazy like promotional campaign for this, and one thing that got me is that they photoshopped also a banner from the games from the ground, of Ray Wilkins, obviously ex like legend of the sport, and of the club, who unfortunately passed some years back, way too early. I think he was only like 60,
Yeah,
and very sadly missed by a lot of ex players and people who know and love the club. But they photoshopped one of his banners, to kind of accommodate Roy. So instead of Roy, it was like Ray. Um, I don't know. I find it all. Maybe I'm being a bit too Yerdar myself, but I find it all just a bit cringe that they are.
I was literally just gonna say that.
Yeah,
I was gonna say there's one word for this, and it's
it's just like
cringe.
all of the things that make Chelsea Chelsea, like our love for our players, our success, like the things we do, that they're kind of bastardizing to make this like cringy promo for shitty some crappy show.
Yeah,
I just think I don't know, man. The direction of our club, it doesn't seem serious enough.
no, no.
I'm sure it wouldn't be a problem if we were like good. If we were good, we'd be
If
like, oh, it doesn't matter.
mate, yeah, if we were top four, I wouldn't care.
Yeah,
But
but the
it's
fact is we're
like,
shit, and they're doing all this daft shit, and it's like you're
yeah,
making us. I find that it's embarrassing for us. Do you?
it is. I think you know what, and I'm not in the know. I've never seen Ted Lasso or whatever the hell it's called. I don't even know what the hell it's about. So when they posted that we're against someone, and I don't know, and a lot of people haven't seen it. Like, how many fans have we got? And I've gone, oh, is it a friendly? Can I watch it? Or
Yeah,
like, I'm thinking, oh, just before the international break, like, well, can Kante play? Like,
yeah,
everything's going
yeah,
through my head, and then it's just like, oh, no, it's for some shitty show wherever the hell it is,
yeah,
and it's just like, what? Why how have you done this? Like to come into like a big sort of league, and apparently a lot of other clubs are doing it as well. There's like a thing saying like about West Ham and stuff like that.
mm,
But like as you said, like why? Like it just we've never done it before. I don't think.
no,
And it's like it's not a massive show because I haven't even heard of it until that.
yeah,
So I don't get it.
yeah. I think it's
So
probably like a cult. It's kind of like a cult show because
that's what it
it's on
is.
Apple Plus. So you unless you pay for that, which nobody does, you're not gonna see
Oh
it.
come on,
Um,
Apple Plus.
yeah. Um,
Jesus
But yeah, no,
Christ.
it's I don't know. I feel like our club's being turned into a bit of a laughing stock, to be honest, and I just
It
find it
is.
cringe. But
It
we'll move on
is.
from that. So from fake players to real players,
Yep.
Money Mason, man.
Money
Obviously,
Moose.
there's been a lot of chat about Mason recently, and for good reason.
Yeah.
Obviously, being one of our most successful and talented youth prospects we've had in years, um,
Yup, yup.
and there's been a lot of chat about him, week after week, and it maybe people are finding it boring, but I think it's right to bring it up. Um, he's found new representation, a new agent, basically. A guy called Neil Fewings, from Ruth.
Roof.
Ruth is an agency. I believe it stands for. Oh man, what does it stand for? God's sake, I literally
Ridiculously overpriced fees.
representatives of outstanding footballers is what Ruth stands for. Um,
Cringe.
yeah, so rumors obviously of Mount once since that's happened have got more and more frequent now of him leaving. A little background on Ruth: they've got 143 players currently on their books, with an estimated total transfer value of 777 million euros. So they're a massive agency. According to Transfermarkt, they've already have 3 Chelsea players in their ranks. Kai Havertz being the biggest and one of the most valuable players on their books, and 2 youth prospects, Ben Elliott and Brody Hughes as well. So
Yeah.
they don't have too many Chelsea players on their books, but they do have 4 now. Um, how does this make you feel? Do you think this kind of, him getting new representation seems like it's going to happen?
Well, you know what? It might be the other way around. It might be that we were thinking the worst. He might have got new representation because his representation weren't doing the job to get the deal done at Chelsea,
That's a good point.
and
Yeah.
he's probably gone through. He's probably talked to the players. He's probably talked to the other players, like Havertz in particular, and said, this just isn't working. Like like the representation just isn't doing their job properly. And Kai's gone, hey, get on Ruth Flood. Like they're sick.
Yeah.
And he's gone, go ahead, I'll give him a go. So maybe it's because of that. But so, you got to take everything with a pinch of salt. You can't just be like, oh, is this it? He's leaving.
Yeah.
I think it might be new representation to get a better deal, or even just to convey his ideal contract over to the Chelsea peoples. You know,
Do you reckon Kai got commission? Do you reckon?
Oh, you
it's
never
a
know,
fine fee. Kai got he'll get a 15% cut of Mount's next contract.
Wouldn't even surprise me. So I take it both ways. He might be leaving. You know what? We haven't played him all season. I don't even think he'd be missed at this point. But he's a Chelsea lad, and I want him to stay because when he was good, he was our Player of the Year 2 years in a row.
Yeah.
So he's not bloody bad.
I do have to contest the second year because I think Thiago Silva should have got it, but he clearly, at the very least, he put himself in the conversation, and you can't ask much more basically from a player so young.
Yeah, exactly. So and so you could take it both ways. I think maybe it's new representation just to get a deal over the line with Chelsea. If not, it's new representation to go somewhere else and do your thing, but you won't be welcome back. So
fair enough.
I mean, if he left to Liverpool or left to Arsenal, do you want him back?
I just
Probably
don't.
not.
I think maybe at that point the bridge would be burnt, and with our
Exactly.
with our new
You
ownership,
can't.
he would never want to come back.
Yeah. Exactly, and you can't say, "Oh, you're a Chelsea lad. You've been here since you were 6 years old. You're Chelsea through and through. You bleed blue, and then you go to Arsenal or Man City or Liverpool."
Yeah,
It's just like,
exactly. Yeah, exactly.
That's just money then. So
Yeah.
you're a money whore, aren't you? Because if it wasn't about money and it was about just staying at the club, you would have signed a deal last year.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it makes no sense.
True,
No sense to
true.
me. Let's just carry on with Mount. He will also not be joining the England squad due to the penis injury, and Wesley won't be joining France.
Oh.
Wesley won't be joining France due to a hamstring injury.
Yeah.
So it just seems no one's joining anyone because of injuries.
No one's going anywhere.
And you know what? It's not even Chelsea, but Haaland as well. It's not going because of injury. So it just seems like everybody's pulling out because they can't be bothered. I don't blame them.
No, well, it's Euro qualifiers, isn't it? Euro 24 qualifiers. It's just like,
have you seen our April, bro? Our April is stacked.
Is it?
Like
From when
ridiculous.
we get back,
mate? Mate. We have like a game every 4 days. Like it's ridiculous.
Let's have a look. Yeah, so I see you've noted it down here. So 1st of April, Chelsea Aston Villa. 4th of April, Chelsea Liverpool. 8th of April, Wolves Chelsea. 12th of April, Real Madrid Chelsea. 15th, Chelsea Brighton. 18th, Chelsea Real. 22nd, Man United Chelsea. 26th, Chelsea Brentford. 29th, Arsenal Chelsea. Oh my god!
Mate, it's every 4 days we've got a game.
I know we've got a big squad, but no squad is big enough to take that battering. That is, oh my god, that's
ridiculous.
That's a Bukkake of a fixture list.
I'm
sorry. That is. I don't know who sorted the calendar out, but that is not fair.
That's ridiculous.
We're about to see a lot more injuries. That is absolutely shocking. I can't believe it.
Yeah. So that's great. So expect us to be, by the 15th or by the 18th, we're going to have B squad out. So
yeah, we will do. Jesus Christ.
Especially with bloody Graham Potter, he'll have the coaching staff playing.
We'll
so we've got. Let's carry on with the news. Where was we? So match officials across the Premier League and the EFL has been asked to allow players to break to break their fast during matches over Ramadan, which I believe we've done that last year, I swear, and the year before. I swear this is like an ongoing thing. But again, I think that's great. I think that's absolutely amazing. It includes all of Muslims all over the Premier League, and I think who was it that came out? Was it Koulibaly or it was? I think it might have been Koulibaly that said, or was it? It might have been an Everton player, you know.
Yeah.
Someone said it's like the best league to play for if you're Muslim.
Oh, really?
Because of this. No other league does this. No other league ever.
Oh, okay.
So we're the only ones to sort of take into account, we've got different, players on the field from all different kinds of race, religion, everything like that,
Yeah.
and we've got to be all inclusive,
Yeah.
and that's sort of the motto.
Yeah, I'm
So
just checking the list here. So Hakim Ziyech, N'Golo Conte, Koulibaly, Wesley Fofana. This list says Raheem Sterling. I've never seen Raheem Sterling do anything that would suggest he's Muslim, unless that's very
I
new. So I don't know about that one.
I don't want to be offensive, but is he?
I
I
I've
don't
never
think he
I've never
is.
seen him. I've never seen that before. So I don't this website, footy.hound, footyhound.com might be absolute garbage, but I do know that Koulibaly, Kante, Ziyech, and Fofana are there. So yeah, Ramadan Mubarak to all of the potential Muslim people
Indeed.
watching and or listening. I believe it starts today, so good luck with your fast. Hopefully all things go well. And yeah, you get through it okay. But yeah, it's nice to see that. Yeah, as you said, like the Premier League are being ready and available to make it as easy and as simple as possible for
Yeah,
players of
yeah,
any religion to kind of still be able to play the sport as best they can, within respect to their religion. So yeah,
yeah. And I love all
GG's
that. Love all that.
GG's to the EFL for that.
Can I just do like I just want to do a little quick fire
Yeah,
that we
quick
haven't touched
roundup,
on.
go for it. Yeah,
So quick roundup. So we got Chelsea have been could be forced to play at Fulham's Craven Cottage, Twickenham or Wembley for 4 years as club consider new £2 billion stadium. Thoughts?
I don't care. I can't afford to go to games, so
I
I don't
I
really
do care
mind.
because it's Fulham.
No, I hear that. I hear that. But to me,
Like, can we
they're
just
not
have
really
Wembley?
rivals. Yeah,
I'll just take Wembley.
Twickenham on Wembley. Yeah.
Yeah,
But in the long run, we need to do it because we need a better stadium.
yeah, we do.
Stamford
Yeah,
Bridge is obviously iconic, and we love it, and we'll always miss
yeah.
it. But
Now
it's an
it
old
says,
stadium, and it's going to get older
yeah.
and older. So we need to modernize it at some point.
Yeah, it says 4 years there. I did actually see another article saying 2030. So,
Shit.
that's quite
There
a
are
long way
so
away.
many issues that come with building in that particular area, in that
Yeah.
part of
Oh,
London. This
ridiculous.
is the
Yeah.
reason why it's been so hard to get off the ground when
Yeah.
Roman was here, because we had plans
And
for an absolute.
ah,
If anyone can look it up, go and look up the plans we had, the renders
I've
of
seen
the.
it. It was
Oh,
nice.
it's the most
It
beautiful
was so
stadium you
nice.
would ever see, but unfortunately we couldn't get it over the line because the
No.
costs were getting prohibitive.
You know what? I do. My job is in construction and everything like that. And even just to get planning permission on a bloody house
Yeah,
is
yeah, yeah,
bad.
yeah,
But this is like a stadium is different levels,
yeah,
man.
yeah, yeah.
So anyway, we've got a Chelsea Park Company with their head groundsman Jason Griffin, has been at the club for 30 years. We're not sure what the reasons are at the moment, but it continues the new regime's scorched earth policy
Yeah.
with the Chelsea staff.
Yeah, that comes from chelseanews.com. Just a little weird story that I saw. I don't know why. I literally don't know why. I, I I don't know. As we said, the score.
Do we know anymore? Do we
No,
know
we don't.
anymore?
So there's
Like,
not really much more to say. But
no.
as we were saying earlier about Bowley and Co coming in and just ripping up everything that was kind of what made our club our club. They
Yeah.
continue to do it, and they continue to do it in the middle of season, not when the
Why
season's
not?
over.
Yeah.
Which I
Yeah.
don't really understand. Like I don't know who else can you bring in. Like our pitch has never been bad. Maybe
No.
our training pitches are terrible. I don't know. But anyway, so yeah,
Yeah. Bit
strange.
weird.
But
Ben Chilwell says he is absolutely delighted to be called up to the England squad after missing the World Cup through injury, and I'm delighted for him. Just don't get injured. I swear to God, if you get injured, Southgate's getting it. I don't even care.
yeah, no, he's
Like,
been in lovely form, and I'm sure and he would have got into that England squad as well during the
he
World
would
Cup.
have,
So
yeah.
it is an absolute killer that he didn't manage to do
Yeah.
it. But so yeah, good for him coming back from injury, looking really good. Hopefully
Yeah.
he'll play a little bit and he'll look good, but he won't play too much and get injured. So good for
Yeah.
him.
We mentioned last week or the week before, I believe, Victor Osimhen
Ozzy
dreams. He dreams of the Premier League amid interest from Chelsea, Man United, and PSG.
Yeah.
Napoli now wants 150 million for
Yeah.
him.
No, yeah.
Not worth it. I'm sorry. It's just not viable.
He is. I
he's
mean,
good, but
he
he's
is
not that good.
No, he's throwing it back big time at the moment in public. Like he's really is like doing everything he can to like catch the eyes of other clubs.
Yeah.
Because he's literally said it in public. I dream of the Premier League, stuff like that. So
yeah,
I mean, Aurelio De Laurentiis, the guy who runs Napoli, is he's a renowned tough bargainer. It's very hard to get decent money, decent value from their players, especially with the season they're having. They are absolutely dominating their league. I think they've just drawn Inter, I believe, in the Champions League. So Inter are actually the first team to beat them in the league this season. The first game back from the Christmas break, Inter beat them. So that might be interesting, but who knows? I mean, if Napoli go on to make a real push for the Champions League, and they're 15 points ahead right now in the Serie A, then that price could go up even higher, to be honest, because if he scores a few from now until then...
No one's paying it. Sorry, but no one's paying it.
Or
it's ridiculous.
Or we do, because why not? But
no, 2 billion for a stadium, what's 200 million for a striker? Go on then.
I know. Thanks for listening to The Pride. If you enjoyed what you heard, feel free to leave us a review on your podcast app of choice, and maybe drop a like or follow on our YouTube, Twitter, TikTok and Instagram pages. And as always, up the Chels!